Alright, so what's good YouTube, man? It's your boy XAU Mari back with another video. I'm just coming on here to update you guys on everything that's been going on. I haven't been posting videos for multiple different reasons. I'll definitely say one of the reasons is that, along my day trading journey, I've just been wanting to make progress in silence. I don't want to go ahead and post everything. You know what I mean? I feel as if, I just want to take it nice and slow, you know what I'm saying? And as y'all can see right now, it's four o'clock in the morning down here at the bottom, 4:36. We already up $764 on the day. Um, yeah, and I put my take profit. I put my trailing drawdown. So not drawdown. I put my stop loss. I bring it down so that if it ever comes back up, I wouldn't lose any money. I'll just close my trade out at $156. But this video is just more so like a little update with you guys and just being more, transparent with y'all because I don't feel like I come on here enough and talk to you guys. So that's basically what today's video is about, is the trade I took and also just going based off of like just how my week's been going and stuff like that. So coming into this week, I gave myself some goals that I wanted to achieve, and I was telling myself I had bought a funded account. I was telling myself, and I think we're gonna hit this TP while you guys are watching. So the goal is 1,100, and we're at $800 right now so far. So we're just gonna see what it does. I'm gonna be talking the entire time, so y'all can just watch this, and we're gonna hit the candle close together. But yeah. So in the beginning of this week, I had bought a Take Profit Trader account, and I was really highly motivated. I was very, after the previous loss, I lost on Top Step. I lost my account, and then I switched over to Take Profit Trader. And in this process, I was very excited to get my hands back in the field. And what I mean by that is like, getting back on the charts, going ahead and do what I'm doing best. I don't know if y'all can see all these notes behind me, but my wall is covered in notes everywhere of like for trading. So with that being said, it's like trading is something that I want to do. Trading is something that I know that I can be good at, and I'm never gonna stop until I get there. So the main thing that I wanted to talk about was I did blow my account for Take Profit Trader, but at the same time, I learned a lot in that time frame of losing. And one of the main things that I feel like I need to start doing better is stop overthinking and just look at what's in front of me and just execute on what's in front of me. One thing I do have a problem with is sometimes I'll see a perfect setup and I see where it's going and I'll get in too late and then they'll switch on me. So now it's like, well, damn, I thought I was seeing something that I really wasn't seeing. Long story short, um, I feel as if being a day trader is a mirror image of yourself. So the market is just going to show you yourself in general. And I wouldn't say I was being greedy. I wouldn't say I was being impatient. I wouldn't say any of those things. I feel like I actually did better this trading session, even though I lost my account. I had it for a longer period of time. My risk management was a lot better. Um, there were certain things that I feel like I could have did better. Like for instance, I never used to bring my stop loss down to, a profit point. And that's something that I feel like I should start doing because, that's very important. I feel as if we should be locking out profits. And one thing about me is I'm a really like strong-minded individual. So let's say I get into a sell order, which I'm in right now. We're floating $768. I would usually just try to get this entire move down instead of like my stop loss usually be about right here, $300. That's the max I like to lose for the day. But instead of locking myself out to $500, so if price ever comes back up, I still profit $500 without losing any money. Instead of doing that on my last trading combine, I was just pretty much leaving it here. And price would do what it's doing now. You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and delete this for you so you guys can see. Price would go ahead and do this. I'm gonna leave this last one here because I need it. But sometimes this is what price would do to me, and I'm gonna show you guys right now. Price would literally, oh snap. I'm gonna take 900. That's kind of what I want is at 900. We'll take 900, y'all. That's what we're gonna take for the day, 900. So price usually tends to build higher highs and higher lows, right? So um, as you can see, this is a change of trend. Like this is literally letting us know we want to go down. So what we will be looking for is a retest and a continuation going down. But the thing is, this is temporary. This is a temporary trade because as you can see on the upside, which I'm going to show you right now, on the upside, which is right here, there's a gap that needs to be filled. Now, last time we seen gold, right? When we're trading gold, because that's usually what I trade. So this time I switched it up and I went to Bitcoin, right? So this is where I lost my account. I'm gonna tell you guys. Um, this was February 27th, and then March 1st was right here. So March 1st, the market opened and just gapped completely up. So when it gapped completely up, right? I am trying to basically this is where how I lost. I was trying to trade inside this entire range right here. So from this gap is what I was trying to trade. However, we have all of this market structure. We have literally all of this market structure that we could go based off of. But for the simple fact that it gapped up, it threw me off. I was kind of like, now I know gaps 95% of the time, gaps have to be filled. As you see, the gap was filled here. If this candle closes in the next 16 minutes right here, that lets you know this gap is filled. You know what I mean? So I was basically just following the trend. So when it jumped up high. So it went all the way up, higher high, higher low. Um, you can call that like, if you see something like this, I would basically just start from the next area. So let me just say I delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this. Boom. I'll make this big so you guys can see and really understand what I'm talking about when it comes to the market, right? So first things first, let's say we were trying to get into a position. The first thing we do is mark out our previous high and our previous low, which would be right here, right? Boom. Now, if price breaks under this, that lets us know that we would be basically going into a downtrend. The next thing we'll be looking for is a retest of this area, which would be here. If it breaks beneath, we basically are looking for something like this. And what I want you guys to see is you have a downtrend forming right here, right? So that's already letting us know enough. That's already letting us know, hey, the market is trying to go down, right? It broke structure right here, retest, continuation. So what do you think this candle is going to do? 9 times out of 10, break structure. Because of what? Because we know that we're on a downtrend. We know we had a retest, and we know that the market wants to continue going down since it broke past this level. So now what we'll be looking for in the next 15 minutes is for this candle to close beneath here. Once it closes beneath here, and even if it doesn't, the next candle over is probably going to close beneath here. And then we'll be looking for a entry, which would mean that price would come down, come back up, and then shoot further down. So we would be trying to look for an entry about around this level. So even getting in now wouldn't be a bad idea, but I just want to confirm, I want to confirm the downtrend, which would be this level right here. So going back to how I lost my account is I was following, the trend. That's what I was doing. So I see now we made a downtrend. I said, okay, so what's next? Now we started making higher highs, higher lows. Boom. Right here is where we broke structure. So this right here is literally letting you know that the market wants to go up. Look, it broke structure with the impulse. So what I was looking for was a retest of this zone and a push back up, right? Because that's how higher highs and higher lows are formed. If you guys, watch the video and, you guys just take notes, you know what I mean? Higher high, higher low, higher high, retest, continuation to the upside. However, it didn't do that. Even right here, we could have used this as a retest. We could have said, okay, this is a retest, and this green candle would have pushed us up into this range. However, I got smacked out. You see this all red is like I got in thinking like I said, seeing something that I'm not really seeing. And so it's like higher highs, higher low, higher what? You think it's gonna go higher high. Even this one goes higher high. This red candle, even though it closed red, it still went up as if it was gonna, make that uptrend. So of course I thought it was gonna make an uptrend. And what did it do? It completely reversed on me. It completely went the opposite way of what I was thinking. And so this is where we have a change of trend. So once you see that, okay, the market's not going up anymore, right? We have resistance right here at this level for sellers pushing price down, right? So we already know that the sellers are in control as of right now because the trend has switched. So as you can see, boom, boom, boom. Even this right here, you don't have to mark it out every single line, but even just this formation right here is still letting you know downtrend, downtrend, downtrend. So the best thing to do, like I said, this is going to close in about 12 minutes. So the best thing for me to do is to wait after this close, wait for the retest, and then get in for the downside. Now, the thing that I was pretty much upset about is I'm really good at, reading market structure and things like that. But something that kind of messed me up is this gap. So when it gaps up like that, it's kind of indecisive. The market doesn't have anything to connect its like history to. There's no history because this is all new. This is all new market. This is previous market. This is all history. So that's what I want you guys to think of the market as. Think of the market as an open book test. Like all of this is information. All of this information on what we need to be doing. But when it gaps up like this, 9 times out of 10, if it gaps down, it has to get filled. If it gaps up, it has to get filled, which is what it's doing right now. It's filling this gap, means that trades have to be taken in between this gap. So with us knowing that it's on a downtrend, with us knowing that there's fair value gaps down here, with us knowing all of that, that will let us know, okay, hey, we can start getting into a downtrend. So that's how I blew my account. And I'm working on my way to get another one. But that's just certain things that, I could have prevented with my own trading skills. Like those are things that I could have prevented. Um, just simple mistakes, you know what I mean? Like those are simple mistakes that we can't be having. And, I just have to learn from it. I can't complain about it. I can't, cry about it. I can't do anything like that. I just have to do better. That's all it is. It's just do better, bro. That's all it is. It's about doing better. And I think my trade closed in profit. Did it close? Yeah, so I guess it closed and we made 800 and no, it's not closed. There it is. So we're about to hit take profit. I'm gonna move it down a little bit to where I had it at. Let's say move it down to that. Boom. All right, so this trade is about to hit. I'm gonna let it play out for you guys so you guys can, get the full experience of what I'm saying and like what's going on with the market and things like that. But I was really upset with myself because I worked so hard to get to the point where I'm at right now, and I don't like to take anything for granted. And I'm a home run type of player. I don't want the little short moves. I want the whole move. You know what I mean? I didn't come in here to be average. I didn't come in here to be mediocre. I came in here to be one of the best day traders alive. So you know, losing doesn't do anything but teach you lessons, and that's what I'm starting to learn. And I'm just trying to get comfortable with losing because, truth be told, I'm not really good with losing for the simple fact that I'm a really confident person. I'm a really overachieving type of person and I don't like to lose. So when I do lose, kind of frustrates me because I know the only reason why I'm losing is because I'm in my way. And, you know, this video is not going to be really long. This video is going to be pretty short. I'm probably going to close the video once this trade hits so you guys can just like, see me actually making money. But, and I actually have a trading event this Saturday and I have a trading event this Friday and Saturday. So I'll try to sneak in a couple of videos here and there while I'm there. And it's going to be like a whole bunch of, you know, millionaires there basically, like people who are good traders and they're basically going to be teaching people how to trade. So, that's what I'm looking forward to. Um, like I said, it's just minor mistakes that I'm making on my behalf. I can't blame anybody else for my mistakes. I have to just take it to the chin because I'm the one who did it in the first place. So it's just like, don't be upset, don't be mad. Just fix your problems, fix what you're messing up. You know what I mean? So it's just like that's all I have to do is just fix what I'm messing up. Even my rules right now, I told myself I was gonna lock it out at $900 and I didn't. So let me put it back at 900. I'm gonna just put it at 904 because I just told myself, like I said, you see how simple that was to break my rule, to just pull it down because I felt like it instead of just locking out the profit. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just leave it at 900. Just go ahead and lock out the profit. If it hits it, it hits it. If it doesn't, oh well, because at the end of the day, I'm still gonna lock out some profit regardless. So let me go ahead and put mine, which would be about right here. 15-minute time frame. So even if it comes back up, right? I'm gonna just mark everything out so you guys can see. This right here, this yellow, is my stop loss. So let's say price doesn't push to my 904 and it pushes back up. If it pushes back up past this line, I still profit $520. So this is what I mean about, trailing your stop loss and things like that. Those are just certain things I had to get better with over time. And, I'm getting better over time. It's been about 2 years since I started day trading and almost a year for me taking it fully consistent. And, I'm just grateful for the journey. I don't want to be ungrateful. You know, um, Sometimes I do get kind of frustrated because I feel like I came so far and, I deserve something from the market. But at the end of the day, the market doesn't owe me anything. It's my job to go out here and execute and take what I deserve. So, this is just motivation for everybody who's watching the video, bro. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. It's a part of it. It's literally a part of it, bro. But one thing that you can separate yourself from others is having discipline, having, following your rules, having confidence in yourself. These are minor things that you can do to change your outcome when it comes to trading. And like I said, trading is not going to be easy. It's not something that's just going to come overnight. It's not something that's just going to be like, oh, wow, I just did it like that. And, it's amazing. Like, no, it doesn't work like that, bro. You're going to put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into what you really want. You know what I mean? And that's just how the game goes, bro. If you don't put blood, sweat, and tears in the game, like how are you ever gonna, receive anything from it? Like you're not putting any effort in. So, I've been putting in effort all week, all day. And I just posted a picture on Instagram. Let me show you. I just posted a picture on Instagram. And this is what the trade was at, 638. And I posted that a couple minutes ago. But right now we're actually floating $788. So it looks like we're about to hit the TP soon. We're at 782. It should hit the TP sometime soon, and then you guys are gonna see it says order filled. Um, you'll see it. It'll say order filled somewhere at the bottom. Yep, take profit executed. So as you can see, we just hit that trade for $800. And once we go to trade, pull this up. yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love every single last one of y'all. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Just just show your boy some love. You know what I'm saying? I show y'all love, y'all show me love. And without further ado, I love y'all. Peace.